Yes.
Yeah, like yeah, I like them. Yeah, I was just trying to think of an example.
Yeah, I suppose mainly because of the strong plot lines that you can often find in them.
Yeah, I suppose so.
Yeah?
I've got to be in the mood, like for most films.
Yeah. No, I'm saying.
Yeah, I love watching Gothic horrors. I'm surprised it was a 15. It kind of made me jump a bit.
Yeah, it was jumpy, and I don't know. I liked it, and I liked sort of how it was based on the book, and it was, but yeah, it had that sort of meant that it had some kind of story to it in a way.
I think the first time I saw it, I thought it was a good film, but having seen it again, the cracks started to show, and I think it's a film that everyone should watch once, but you wouldn't want to watch multiple times over in a short space.
Yes.
Okay. Well, considering it's a 12, yeah, it's good. Yeah, I went to see it in cinema, and yeah, with a female, and I was kind of scared, so that didn't go great. Anyway, yeah.
Oh, I went to see it with a male and a female.
Oh.
And yeah, I thought it was pretty good. I kind of I quite liked it. It had a bit of a story to it as well. And it was kind of scary, but it could have been scarier.
She's right, yeah. No, it's a good film, yeah, I like it. That was good, because everyone loves a bit of revenge, even if it's after you're dead.
Yeah, it's like very reminiscent of The Woman in Black, that kind of idea.
I do quite like this sound of it. I'd like to see how it unfolds, because every Gothic horror film seems to have its own way of showing things. So it'd be interesting to see how you did yours.
Yeah, it sounds pretty cool.
Yeah, sounds quite badass. I
Yeah.
have to take a female to see that as well.
If you do it
Not
well,
saying.
if you do it well, it could be really good.
Yes, but I think you could use a bit more forest to make it a bit creepier. There's never too soon in a film to kill people. Like, you could kill somebody in the opening credits and it could still be a good film.
Yeah, like I feel like that's not necessarily something that needs explaining. Like, you could have it without explaining, and it could sort of give sort of a creepy tone to the rest of the film.
Yeah, I think it would be a bit soon actually, because for any good Gothic horror film you need build-up and you need to establish a proper plot line before you just go in with the gore. And that's why I'd say you should really introduce and flesh out your characters. Before you really get into the death and the gore and whatnot.
No, I think it could be alright. I mean, as long as you give the audience a chance to like get sort of attached, but not too attached.
Yeah.
If you know what I mean.
I think it'd be a banging plot twist in
Yeah.
the beginning. Just whoa.
It'll be-
Snap, she's dead. Okay.
It'll grab your attention. It'll be
Yeah.
cool.
No, I think it'd be a good idea to add tension early on. No, I think it's a pretty solid idea.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree with Charlie. Yeah, I like it.
Yeah, I think it is just to build up of the characters, make sure that everyone knows exactly who everyone is, and so people can piece together the evidence to try and figure out who the murderer was by what they know about each character, a bit like a sense of Cluedo kind of thing.
I can't think that.
I
already-
suppose I won't really know until I know like all the details and stuff. I mean, I've got details, but I want detailed details.
Probably make it a bit creepier, maybe the setting. Definitely the revenge.
Revenge is something, yeah.
How Emily gets her revenge on you being so evil.
Yeah, I like the fact that she comes in revenge.
I think the wedding unto itself is quite clever, the way you're making use of the complex you have around you to perform the wedding.
Plot twist at the beginning.
Yeah, that's pretty
Yeah.
good. I think that's a deal maker
Yeah.
thing.
Probably the fact that the woman gets killed at the beginning.
You need to keep it clean, don't use too much gore, because otherwise the audience may feel that you're using your best cards too early. And you want to hook them, but you don't want them to think, oh well, it can only go downhill from here.
The music isn't quite eerie enough. I mean, it doesn't quite set the scene well enough.
Yeah.
It's just
Spooky.
nice stand.
You might want to add a bit more creepy music to it. Yeah, it's very gripping. Makes you want to know what's going to happen, whether you're ever going to kill Emily again.
I think the storyline sounds good. It sounds a bit short though. I'd say maybe if you've got the time, expand on your ideas, increase it, like I said, flesh out the characters.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
I haven't really heard of many storylines like that
Yeah, I
before.
think it's
So it's
pretty
quite
good.
interesting.
Yeah, it's enveloping to be a good story.
Yeah, very much so. It's like a sketchy forest area out there, and that'll fit in perfectly.
Yeah, the forest is like very sort of typical of the genre,
Yeah.
like the darkness and that kind of thing.
I think that always depends on how the actors, directors, producers use what they have around them. So I think that's possible in any scenario.
Yeah. Yeah.
Cool.
You might want to use, like I said before, like more forest scenes and creepier settings.
About 7, but when I've seen it, then come back to me and I'll tell you if it's good or not.
Yeah, I agree. Like the idea itself, yeah, probably like 7, but like it's just how you do it, and that can make it a lot better or a lot worse.
Say about 6.5.
8
7.
and a half.
Nice.
Yeah.
7.
I'd give it a solid 9.
Definitely.
Yeah, cool.
Definitely, of course.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
I'd love to. Can we make a date?
Yeah, I'm down.
No, what? Wait, what?
Of course I will. Tell me.